Hello and welcome back to Bible Wits Bible Corner. So today I'm going to be in the book of Hebrews, and I'm actually going to say I'm going to give my dad credit for this. My dad and I talked here yesterday, and so I'm going to be doing Hebrews chapter 5 verses 7 through 10, and starting with the English Standard Version. In the days of his flesh, Jesus offered up prayers and supplications with loud cries and tears to him who was able to save him from death, and he was heard because of his reverence. Although he was a son, he learned obedience through what he suffered, and being made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation to all who obey him, being designated by God a high priest after the order of Melchizedek. Alright, now we're going to do the New Century Version. While Jesus lived on earth, he prayed to God and asked God for help. He prayed with loud cries and tears to the one who could save him from death, and his prayer was heard because he trusted God. Even though Jesus was the Son of God, he learned obedience by what he suffered. And because his obedience was perfect, he was able to give eternal salvation to those, or to all who obey him. In this way, God made Jesus high priest, a priest like Melchizedek. Now I'm going to be honest, I read verse 10, but not much is known about Melchizedek, so I'm not going to focus on that verse as much. With this passage here, I think back to Jesus praying in the garden before he was betrayed by Judas. He went to God 3 different times, and each time when he prayed, there was more and more emotion and passion to the point where he was sweating drops of blood. So his human side was wanting that death to not come to him, but spiritually he knew that he was going to have to do it. He knew God heard his prayers, but again he knew that God's will was for him to die on that cross because he lived a perfect life. He was tested throughout his whole life. He was tempted in every single way we are tempted. Never once did he slip. Never once did he sin. He always stayed true to God. He always stayed true to what he knew was right. And when he died on that cross, he did become the perfect sacrifice so that we can have eternal life with God if we so choose to walk that path here on earth to follow Christ. But and with walking that path, we have a personal relationship with God here on earth as well that can help us get to heaven, because we can't get to heaven on our own. We can only get to heaven with the help of God. So anyway, this passage here, along with the rest of Hebrews, was penned by a man, written by God, to an audience that was wanting to go back to Judaism and away from Christianity. So this was written in a way with a lot of Old Testament Jewish style writing, so that the people could understand why the Old Testament was what it was, and why Jesus came, and why it is important to follow the new law, the law that Jesus brought. So I hope you find encouragement in this, and I hope you have a wonderful, God-centered day. Bye.